Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man shot and killed in downtown Montego Bay. The St. James police are probing the killing of a man in downtown Montego Bay shortly after 5 p.m. Tuesday. Eyewitnesses say the dead man, reportedly from a Make-It-Up Salt Spring address, was shot by unknown assailants along the busy Union Street. He is the third person from Salt Spring to be killed by the gun in the last week. Driver charged for fatal stabbing of another in Clarendon. The police in Clarendon have charged a man for the stabbing death of another motorist during an argument after a minor hit along the Coy Road in Tollgate. Charged with murder is Christopher Sullivan, also known as Bird, a 39-year-old laborer of Ebony Park housing scheme in Tollgate. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Okan Kelly, a supermarket employee of Decoy District in Tollgate. The incident happened on Sunday. It is reported that Kelly was driving a Great Toyota Axiom motor car along the Decoy Main Road when the mirror of his vehicle hit the mirror of the Toyota Probox being driven by the accused. Both drivers stopped and an argument developed between them, during which the accused allegedly used a knife to stab Kelly in the upper body. Kelly managed to drive himself to his house and was later assisted to hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. The police were then contacted, and on arrival, Kelly's body was seen with stab wounds to the left shoulder, arm, and the left side of his upper back. Meanwhile, scores of tributes have been pouring in on social media platforms for Kelly, with friends and relatives describing him as a quiet and humble individual who was most undeserving of such a tragic demise. Up to October 28, the parish of Clarendon has seen an 18.2% increase in murders, having recorded some 91 homicides compared to 77 over the 2022 corresponding period. Court orders release of men held for a week without charge. A judge on Tuesday ordered the Hanover police to immediately release 2 men who spent the past week in custody without being charged with any crime. Donovan Collins, the attorney for the 2 men, said the order was made in the Hanover Parish Court after an application. A third man, who was also taken into custody in Orange Bay on October 25th, was released on the weekend without any criminal charges, Collins disclosed. All 3 men were traveling in a motor vehicle when they were arrested by the police, the attorney stated. He said his clients were first told that a senior investigator wanted to speak with them, and later that the Westmoreland police had an interest in them. But after a week in custody, he said his clients were never interviewed by detectives, placed before an identification parade, or charged with any crime. It seems this is a common practice for the Hanover police to hold citizens in custody for days without charge, identification parade, or a question and answer session. This leaves one to wonder if they understand the law of Jamaica. Collins charged. He said the men have instructed him to file a lawsuit against the police for this breach of their constitutional rights. Colibab's brother relates his final moments before hospitalization. Andrew Chamberlain, a brother of dancehall entertainer Colibab, said the body specialist DJ collapsed at his doorway just 1 week before he was hospitalized. Bob told me he was sick a week before he went into the hospital. He dropped down on my doorway. Him knocked my door and him just called me, and I go outside and see him out there on the ground. Him say, "Brother, me a dead." And I say, "No man, you're not dead." And him say, "Yeah man, me a dead," Chamberlain told reporters. Golibab asked if he had any painkillers, and Chamberlain answered in the negative and suggested his other brother seek medical attention. "You don't need painkillers, you want to go a doctor man," Chamberlain related. He complained he wanted something to eat, so me chef up something and give him. And him say him can't eat the food cause him can't keep it down. And him say him want to buy a food in the square, but me I tell him say a doctor him need to go, the 52-year-old younger brother said of Golibab. Chamberlain and Bob share the same mother but have different fathers. Chamberlain said his brother offered him money to replace the food that he had just cooked for him, but he refused it. Me tell him, "Me no want your money. Me I give you some juice, me have in the fridge," and him drink it, and him say, "This make me feel better." And me say, "A hungry man, you not eat." And me say some of the food them we are give me no taste good. I told him to get a drive and go doctor. This last trip are the longest Bob stay at hospital, Chamberlain, who is a welder, stated. Golibab is survived by children, Nikki, Debrica, and Nico Malcolm. At the same time of his death, the Wook of Mediji was reported living with his mother in Grand Spain a far cry from the dizziness height of fame he reached between the years of 2014 and 2016 when he was the toast of the dancehall world. "We live in the same yard, but him come by when him feel like," Chamberlain explained. Chamberlain doesn't know how the funeral arrangements of Gollibop will proceed, given that he is believed to be almost penniless at the time of his death. "That's a question the family has to discuss together," he stated. Traffic cop accused of soliciting money from motorist granted $500,000 bail. Traffic cop Odin Davidson, who is charged for allegedly soliciting money from a motorist along the Spanish Town bypass in St. Catherine, was granted $500,000 bail in the parish court. The constable, who lives in Clarendon and is attached to the St. Catherine North Traffic Department, was ordered by Parish Judge Ken Nami to surrender his travel documents and to report to the Fort Pass police station on Tuesdays and Fridays. A stop order was also imposed. Davidson, who is charged with corruption, was ordered to reappear in court on January 9, 2024. Allegations are that on October 21, he was soliciting money from a motorist when undercover cops swooped down and arrested him. He was later charged with breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. The investigating officer for the Police Inspectorate of Professional Standard Oversight Bureau was present in court. Davidson is being represented by attorney at law Kimberly Wong. UTech to confer honorary degrees on Sherika Jackson, Richard Blythe, and Dr. Patrick Dulles. The University of Technology UTech will confer honorary degrees on Olympian Sherika Jackson, Governor of the Bank of Jamaica Richard Blythe, and ICT and Engineering Process Control expert Dr. Patrick Dulles. The degrees are to be conferred during UTech's graduation ceremony on November 17 and November 18 at its Papine campus. Jackson and Blythe will both be conferred with the Doctor of Laws honorary degrees on the November 18 ceremony, while Dulles will receive his Doctor of Technology honorary degree on November 17. Jackson, who competes in the 100, 200, and 400 meters, is being recognized as one of Jamaica's most acclaimed sprinters, after becoming the fastest woman alive and second fastest woman at all times in the 200 meters in 2022. Meanwhile, UTech note that Blythe has contributed 5 decades of professional service excellence spanning the field of information, marine services, industrial development, investment, management, insurance, banking, tourism, property services, and central banking in the private and public sectors of Jamaica. And Dulles is being recognized for his contribution to research in chemical processing engineering, process control engineering, ICT convergence, business process integration, and the strategic application of science, technology, and innovation in national development. Please remember to subscribe, like, share,